Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. Finally, we are sponsored by the upcoming ABV Barrel Shop, a new liquor store experience coming to St. Louis, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop will serve as home to the ABV Network and will be owned and operated by Steve Akeley, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton, a.k.a. the Barrel Buddies. To learn more about the investment opportunities in this new venture, listen to the ad at the end of this podcast. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we mail it in for Valentine's Day. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming Cupid, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Stacey Spears, Lenny Eckstein, and my sweetheart, Royce Neely.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, love is in the air. We got the Neelys together. Yeah, making out the whole time. So
Entire time, all you hear is us making out.
Valentine's Day, yeah. Wondering what they're gonna. I'm sure it's a big night for you guys. Dinner, gifts, yeah, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, that'll be nice. Lots of smooches, roses. There'll be flowers involved, chocolates.
Remember,
rose petals on the floor, all the way up to the bedroom.
You're doing all this for me, Seth?
Yeah, he's doing all that. He told me he's going to be doing all that kind of stuff. Yeah, rose petals on the floor. So yeah, you can't wait.
At this point, I'm so excited. I wish you didn't ruin my surprise, Steve, but I'm so excited for Valentine's Day now. Yeah, I know that Royce is doing all of these sweet things.
Royce is doing all that and much more. So yeah, that's nice stuff. So before we get to that, Lenny said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Lenny?
Well, having nothing whatsoever to do with Valentine's Day, but it was something I've been pondering. It's kind of like a semantic thing. Okay, so if you go hunting, and which I don't really do.
You don't eat meat, for God's sakes. Why would you go hunting?
True, but I'll shoot an animal. I don't care.
Just shoot it, just let it rot on the ground. Yeah.
Especially a turkey. But to this point, if I go hunting, or you, or Royce, or anyone, if you go elk hunting, you're hunting. You might say, I'm going elk hunting. And if you go hunting for, let's say people hunt ducks, right? You don't say you're going birding. You're going hunting. If you say you're going birding, those are the weird people who have binoculars that stare at birds.
Seems like that's pheasants or something. They're birding, yeah.
Okay, yeah, but whatever you're doing with animals when it involves shooting the animal in the face, it's hunting.
You're right. It's all hunting.
Oh, the only thing I do, and it's not hunting, is fishing. Why is that not hunting?
I think it kind of is.
I think it should be hunting. I don't want to call it.
Because it's fishing, Lenny.
But then why isn't it elking?
Because you don't always kill a fish.
I do.
Well, that's true. You can catch and release. Fishing involves catch and release, maybe. Yeah.
Also, most of the time, you don't actually catch anything.
Well,
some hunters don't either.
Some hunters don't either.
Yeah.
I think Stacey got it, because with fishing, there could be a person who never even kills a fish. They just enjoy the camaraderie of being with their fellow fishermen, and they just catch and release everything.
Okay. Well, so here's why I thought maybe it's not called hunting, but I even will dispute this logic. Let's say you use like bait or a lure, you're like bringing them in. But hunters use like these goofy whistles to like.
Oh, hunters do all kinds of stuff. Yeah. My buddies who are hunters always have a lodge, and then throughout the year, they're feeding corn on the trails where they walk and stuff like that. So of course, then when they get there, the deer are used to that, and they're coming in to look for that corn that's been there all year. And they do all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
that's called deering.
Yeah,
it's not hunting. That's deering.
That's deering. Okay.
So you want to switch it to calling it whatever you're killing?
I prefer calling fishing.
Pheasanting, deering, elking, moosing.
I just
squirreling. I'm squirreling.
Dubbing,
and if it means that, like, when you reel a fish in, if it means having to take a fillet knife and stab the fish in the face, so be it. But it should be called hunting from now on.
Hunting.
So you want to kill every fish that's
But can't you go fishing all year long?
Yeah.
Hunting has
there's no season on fishing.
There's
fishing that has seasons.
Well, deep sea fishing and stuff, yes, but just regular.
Up in North Dakota, like paddlefish.
Yeah,
there's seasons for paddlefish.
Hunting.
But for paddlefish hunting, there's a season for that hunting.
They get them for the eggs, don't they? Kill the paddlefish to get the eggs out of them.
I don't know.
Those are some cool fish. I would hunt them.
But with things in the sea, because fish aren't the only thing that you harvest from the sea. You can also crabs, and that's crabbing. I mean, people don't, right? They don't.
What about whales? You hunt whales, right?
The whaling, yeah.
Whaling, that's true. Whaling.
Yeah, they do call it whaling. So
if you shoot a whale with a harpoon, isn't that hunting?
Yes.
Maybe.
I mean,
like Evan Van Scoik. Are you in like a lunch club with Evan Van Scoik?
Maybe I didn't show up though.
Yeah.
Did you turn down the invite, or did you say you'd be there?
Oh, he said he'd be there. Of course.
He said he'd be there 75%.
Lunch.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you, Lenny. So frog gigging, is that hunting or is that fishing?
What was the word?
Gigging, like frog gigging or fish gigging?
Oh, I've never done that. I don't know. What are you talking about? Putting a frog on the end of a hook?
No, it's like a spear.
Spear. Like
This is a southern thing, Lenny.
That sounds like hunting. I mean, if you did that to any four-legged animal, it's hunting.
Right. That's true. I agree. I'm not going against this.
Maybe it's a land and sea thing.
Yeah. Seems like Stacey's giving you all the right answers, but Lenny doesn't want to hear it because in his mind he's got a bit going on here.
Probably.
He doesn't want logic to be applied to his bit he's doing.
Let's see.
He's suddenly Jerry Seinfeld's like, what's the deal with fishing?
I mean, it's half pride. I mean, it's like I don't get to say I hunt as of now, but I feel like I'm going fishing in a couple weeks. I want to call it hunting.
Call it hunting.
So you know what, Lenny, you call it whatever you want.
Do vegans go fishing?
I don't know. I don't know any vegans.
Aren't you a vegan?
Lenny's a vegan. Yeah.
Watch me eat all those fish I hunt.
Okay.
Lenny will eat a lot. He'll eat
you do eat fish.
The sea bugs.
We're gonna go deep sea hunting in Key West. Me and Lenny.
He'll eat sea bugs all he wants.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you eat anything from the sea? Could you eat lobster, Lenny?
I'll eat everything from the sea.
Octopus?
Yeah. Octopus.
Yeah.
I had
Squid?
octopus with my kid yesterday.
Okay. What if it is a bear that was swimming? Can you eat that then?
I mean, I can eat anything. I just choose not to eat the swimming bear.
If you don't eat it, it doesn't count.
Polar bear?
Oh, sure, a polar bear. Sure.
I would consider eating a polar bear.
Okay. What about a cow that was fell into a lake?
I feel like they're filthy animals, and just especially if it was laying in a lake. I don't know. Coming from
a rotting cow. You won't eat the rotting.
If a cow falls in a lake and you throw a hook into it to drag it over, is that fishing?
That's fishing.
Yeah.
You fished a cow.
You fished a cow. Yeah.
Animal's already dead. It's not hunting, right?
Right. Hunting is kind of. I saw Greg Snyder. You know Greg Snyder of Chicken Cock? He went out squirrel hunting. You got to be a hell of a lover of just killing anything if you're out shooting squirrels. He had like 30 of them that he shot. And why?
It is the funnest thing. Squirrels are a blast to hunt.
Yeah, I've shot.
Are they? Why?
It depends if you like. Most people do it with a 20 gauge, but I like shooting with a 22. It's a blast because you're actually.
Squirrels are disgusting to me. They're just like rats with longer tails.
Eddie says the same
bushy
thing about
tails.
hunting doves as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Dove hunting is also supposed to be just a blast because they're small and I don't know.
Basically, you get the breast out there, but it's like a tenth of the size of a chicken breast.
You get this, it's this
Yeah.
big. Someone was like, "Oh, well, we stuff our dove breasts with cream cheese," and I'm like, "Where?
Right? Where you stuffing this? Yeah.
I don't understand. Where how do you get? Well, you have like a little, like a pea-sized amount of cream cheese inside the dove breast.
Apple like squirrel, basically.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Apple squirrel guy.
Cousin Eddie liked squirrels up until he found the time they were high in cholesterol. Then he had to get off of them.
You know, I was listening to something about well, I'll save you the boring part. But have you ever seen a naked mole rat?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, at the zoo.
Yeah. Jesus.
They are disgusting, right? Yeah.
I would shoot one of those.
I'd shoot one of those too. Yeah.
I'll
Mole
tell you,
rat. Just a mole anyway. Moles are, you talk about a disgusting looking animal, a mole. You ever see one of those? Like a cat finds one? Oh, they're terrible.
One killed itself.
yeah,
Naked
one
mole
committed
rat.
suicide from that once.
One committed suicide?
It
Okay.
looked at Beka and it just decided it wanted to die. And it just walked in the trap slowly.
It killed itself.
And the
He
rest
didn't run into the trap. He slowly walked in the trap after looking at me. he looked me up and down. Jordan Morris is there. He was there to testify to this fact. He looked me up and down, and then just went and killed himself.
the little door just shut on him.
You guys actually
Wow.
saw the animal kill itself.
Yes, he just looked at me and then he turned around and said, "No, I'm fine," and just fucking offed himself.
He went backwards into the trap.
He didn't wasn't searching for it was an open area. He walked directly into the trap, just killed himself.
Yeah.
Is this a squirrel?
It was
It was
a mole or some sort of little animal, little rat.
I heard that one of the coolest things to hunt, and this is just killing them to kill them type of deal, is those groundhogs out in like North Dakota and whatnot. Because they just pop out of the hole all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, if you've ever played whack-a-mole, it is exactly like that. We have a lot of
Except you got a 300 Win Mag.
Those are prairie dogs, not
Sorry, prairie dogs.
The
not
prairie
groundhogs.
dogs out there.
They're a nuisance because the livestock get in the holes and break their legs.
Oh yeah,
The bubonic plague.
right.
Although, don't blame the prairie dogs for the bubonic plague. The prairie dogs. There's actually a whole. We have Medora National Park or Theodore National Park down there, and there's an entire
I've been there,
prairie
by the
dog
way.
town that you can just drive through and watch all the prairie dogs just pop.
Prairie
up,
dogs are
down.
big there. Yeah, that and buffalo are big there. They
They're
got
fun to watch, and then there's like buffalo there too. They're just walking around like being annoyed by prairie
I would
dogs.
love to hunt or fish, whatever we're calling it now, a buffalo.
You're gonna fish a buffalo.
Fish and buffalo. Yeah.
Whatever we're calling it, whatever it is, I want to fish it with the 1874 sharps.
Why? They're the dumbest animal. Literally, if you got a pack of them, you could shoot one, and the other ones won't even move. They'll be like, "What the fuck? What the hell just happened to Steve there? He just fell over." All right, I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue eating here. Yeah, and then they shoot another one.
Mostly wiped out.
Yeah. That's why they were able to kill almost all of them off. They don't. There's no resistance there. It's not really hunting. It's just you're just in the right place.
Just killing.
They took them all the way down to 750 buffalo.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's just crazy.
All right, are we drinking?
Yeah, we are drinking. It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Beka. Beka, what do you got?
I have got some Rolling Fork rum. Jamaican rum.
Jamaican rum. Okay. It's good. It's good. Sounded like you hit the table there, but yeah. Cork was decent enough. All right. What do you have, Royce?
I have some Fear and Loathing in Kentucky, absent.
Okay. Now, Beka still has the lead. What do you have, Stacey?
Got a Good Times honey bourbon, honey rye.
Good times, honey rye. Did you do it?
Yep.
There you go.
Nothing going on there. That means, Lenny, you're next. Becca's got the lead.
Cool. I've got some Talanoa triple distilled American single pot still whiskey.
Okay. No, terrible. Beka has the lead. I've got Seagrass here. Seagrass.
Of course you do. Is that your new bottle?
Something different. No, this is the one I've been working on, and I just ordered. I've got 6 new bottles that just showed up, so I'm flush for a while. So we'll see. We'll see. This one's all over the internet now, and I think it's because of us. And now Fred Minnick has said it's great, and now everybody's like, well, Fred says. It's like, oh, okay. Well, we haven't been talking about that at all. So, yeah, here we go. Again, I came in second place quite a bit tonight, and this being once again an example of that. So Beka takes it. So cheers, gang.
I won.
Cheers.
Beka wins. Cheers.
Cheers.
You're corky.
Mm-hmm. All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's Valentine's Day. We can talk about whatever we want. It could be Valentine's Day. It could be anything. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. We are also sponsored by Moonshine University. This longtime partner for the ABV Network helps educate individuals looking to get into the distilled spirits business, service industry employees looking to expand their knowledge, and individuals simply wanting to know more about the process and history of the spirits industry. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at Moonshine University, and it's something I continuously draw upon and connect with fellow graduates. Check out their full listing of classes, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes, and more at moonshineuniversity.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky. All right, back to the show.
Saying Bourbon Daily?
Yeah.
Okay, you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
No, your name first.
My name.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Jason Souter.
And?
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Perfect.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. I'm making out with my husband, and we're making in for the day.
Yes, we are. So, Lenny, did you ever go hunting back in the day?
I mean, like I would shoot things with a BB gun, including my friends.
Okay. Like songbirds and stuff, I would assume. A kid with a BB gun, birds are going to be the first thing that are in trouble, right?
Yeah.
You're taking out birds. That's the number one thing most kids will be taking out first is the local birds. Just happens.
Birds, squirrels.
Squirrels. My dad went hunting one time. His buddy said, let's go squirrel hunting. And my dad was like, I don't want to do this. And they're like, everybody's doing it. Come on. So he goes with them and they shoot this squirrel. And they're like, okay, what you do now is you tie it and you put it on your belt. And then when when we're done hunting, the person with the most squirrels around their belt does it. And my dad said, no, I'm not going to do that. He's like, and the guy's like, well, then fine, I'll take your squirrel. You killed the squirrel. I'm going to take yours. And so he does. He puts it on his belt. Well, the squirrel apparently was just stunned. It comes back to life and bites the guy right in the ass. Continuing to bite. Yeah, that's true.
No way.
Okay, Steve, you telling me that this story happens more often apparently than it should. Of where they get stunned and they come back. Yeah. My father has told me this story about his family up in upstate New York. I've heard this story a bunch of times. They're out there hunting raccoons. They've got the dogs and everything. They're out there shooting coons. They're up in the tree, and he's talking about they got this coon up in the tree, and they shoot it. It falls down. They think it's dead. They toss it inside the truck on the floorboard. And then as they're driving, one of the dogs starts growling, and they're like, "Why is the dog growling?" And they grab the dog, and then the dog's not growling anymore, but they hear growling. And this is Big Ed and Little Ed, okay?
Right.
And they're like, "What's growling?" And they're like, they grab the dog, and they're like, "Holy shit, it's like a raccoon!" And so they grab the gun, and they're going to shoot the raccoon.
In the truck?
In the truck. So Little Ed grabs a gun, and Big Ed's watching him, and he goes, "Don't shoot him! Don't shoot him! Get him out of the truck!" Because he's about to blast him through the floorboard.
Right.
Because he's
zombie raccoon.
Yeah.
he's in the truck growling at him. And so like, what do you do? And so they ended up yanking him out of the truck, but he was going to blast a hole through the floorboards of their truck prior to this incident. So I think this is something that happens more than often. Make sure that if you hunt, that whatever it is that you have caught is probably dead.
Right.
Suggestion.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
They was on Tommy Boy when they hit the deer, and the deer's inside the car.
Yeah.
I've seen some horrible hunting incidents between cars and deers. And I saw one recently where I was, I don't know, maybe like a few hundred feet behind, but this deer went flying, like turned sideways and flying through the air, spinning. I mean, that's impressive when deers get hit by a car. And this one did not zombie its way back.
Yeah. I think I was on the phone with Royce one time, and I'm on the highway, and there's a car that clearly had been in some sort of accident because it's stopped kind of it's like a 3 or 4 lane highway, and it's in the fast lane, but it's kind of stopped there. And I'm driving behind this car and kind of close to the bumper, and right at the last second, as it approaches this car, all of a sudden that car just flies over to the right, and I don't know who's behind me or anything like that. I see why he did that. There was a deer that was just laying there, like upright, kind of not dead. I'm sure they had to shoot this thing or something because it was hurt. It couldn't move, but it was alive, still sitting upright. And I think I was talking to Royce on the phone, and I was like, "Oh fuck," because I don't know if I can get over or not. I just see this thing, and I've got no time to react. I just throw it to the right and hoping there's no one else behind me. And luckily, it was okay. But yeah, I don't know if you remember that, Royce, when you were on the phone with me and that fucking deer was on the highway highway 64.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever came across, talking about animals in the road, have you ever came across a family of ducks crossing the road when you're going on down the interstate or highway?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, I have never almost died more so than avoiding hitting a family of ducks. So it's a mom and a bunch of babies.
A line of babies.
And when you're looking at it, and sometimes when it's happened to me, I've been able to see it ahead of time, and I'm going, what is in the road? Is that like a snake? And then I get closer, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a mama duck with her babies. And I'm slamming on the brakes, or I'm swerving around them. And I'm like trying to look in my mirrors. I'm like, am I about to die?
You're better off just hitting them. Yeah.
Don't
kill yourself.
She would kill herself and me.
Absolutely.
To save them.
I would kill myself and my husband.
So let me ask you this, Lenny. If she runs over those ducks, is she hunting then?
That's hunting ducks.
I don't know. I'll have to ponder that one. I don't know. I think it's ducking.
Sport fishing is just the casting part first.
What if it was the mother snake and the snake babies? Would you swerve? Like, I mean, not this happen.
There's this line with animals where, like,
I like snakes. They're good for the environment.
I'm not going to run over a snake intentionally, but I'm not going to die avoiding a snake and her babies. Although I don't think that they move like that. But a mama duck and her baby ducks, I will sacrifice myself and my husband for that. But I will probably not realize that the snake is there until the last second.
Right.
So I'm probably killing.
I say hit the snakes.
But if it's going in the distillery.
Yeah, we've done that.
That's happened.
That was horrifying.
But besides that, I like having snakes around. Then you don't have mice.
Yeah,
Exactly. They eat mice. That's what people don't understand. They hate snakes, but I hate mice. Mice are, they want to kill you.
I'm not going to live with
except for the.
It's not going to be in my house.
No,
it's not.
I don't want a pet snake. No.
I don't want a pet snake. I don't want an anaconda. It's not going to be around me. It's going to be hid somewhere.
This last summer, we had a couple of baby snakes trying to. Well, actually, one made it inside the distillery. And we had one that was outside, and we had killed it because we didn't know what kind of snake it was, and it was very small, and it kind of looked like he could be a copperhead. Right. And then we had another one that I was walking out of the distillery while they're doing a tour, and a snake is inside of the distillery. And
you can't make this shit.
And so I see him, and I'm trying to not like the tour group is right there, and so I'm trying to not make a scene. And I see them. I look at the snake. I start kicking him out of the distillery to shoo him out of the distillery. So I'm kicking him out. Luckily, I'm wearing long pants, so he can't bite my ankles. I'm kicking him out of the distillery.
He's fighting, by the way.
And he's fighting. He is biting me. And I'm kicking him out. And as I'm kicking him out, I yell for one of our distillery guys. I go, Eric, Mr. Tharp. And he comes running out of the bottling room because he sees me struggling with something and he doesn't know what it is. And he's concerned. So he runs out. I'm kicking this snake. And I go, this isn't a copperhead, is it? And he says, I don't know. And it is coiled up and he's striking at us now. And so Eric comes down on him with his with the heel of his boot because it's
like WWF wrestling style.
Right.
They murdered a baby snake in front of a tour group. That's what. Let's cut to the chase.
Here's the thing.
Let's get to the point.
We have a cat.
Murdered the snake.
We've got a cat, and we were worried that Thumb would get bit by one of these snakes, and it would be a poisonous snake, and then he would die. That was the biggest concern because, like, we don't want a snake. We just don't want them into the distillery, and so
not the customers or anything. Stumper.
Because
not the customer.
That's a customer. Who gives a fuck? We got more customers. We only got one distillery cat.
I know.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't trade any customers for the cat.
Yeah. He comes down on this snake.
Cat's worth his weight in gold.
With the heel of his boot and kills the snake. And I hear someone go, well, he's dead now.
Yeah.
And I turn around. And the entire tour group has vacated what they were doing, did not listen to their tour guide, just went over to where we're at, standing right behind me as Eric comes down on this snake's head. And I'm like, I turn around, I'm like, I am so sorry you guys had to see that. And they're like, no, it's okay. No, I'm like, I didn't mean for you guys to witness a murder today. I'm very sorry.
Very sorry. Yeah.
Let's revisit Eric Tharp, Mr. Tharp. We fished with him once.
Yeah, he's the one
there
that
was a dead fish in the pond.
Oh yeah,
and
he stripped on his underwear on a cold day too. It was not warm out. Yeah,
it was like
that fish was rotting.
It was
God,
it wasn't good.
It was a bad day for Royce.
Yeah.
Oh,
huge fish dead.
I like that fish a lot. I've been raising this
very large fish
for years.
And Royce, that day was just horrible.
I walk out there and I'm like,
he was dead.
You know, normally I'll see him and then he'd go back under the wine. I walk up there one day, he's just sitting up there, and I'm like, that don't sound right. So I go over there to him, he's like kind of looking at me, he's not moving, and he blinks, and then he just rolls over. Like, well, that's all she wrote.
Yeah. So very unfortunately, a tour group had witnessed us murder a snake. We didn't want to murder a snake, but he was actually in the distillery and slithering in more. So I kicked him out, and then
and Eric took care of the rest. Yeah.
He passed, and I just felt really bad that this tour group had to watch the entire thing happen, and I'm like, oh my God.
It's no fun, but
snakes.
I had a problem with barn swallows up at the distillery for a while too. So people would be doing tours, and I'd be out there shooting swallows with 12 gauge.
Barn swallows make a mess. Because they make a nest with like mud and shit.
Security cameras. They would go to all my cameras.
Right. I had a problem with my cameras in my house. They build like nests around that because they're kind of the cameras are usually in the corner, and they take all this mud and shit and put it on there. Barn swallows are bad. I don't like those either.
There was a time there at Neely where I shot like 12 barn swallows in a week.
Is it ironic that we're talking about killing something on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, there you go.
Valentine's Day is not real. Killing
not real. Lenny, it's real. It's actually a day.
We should
It is a holiday.
We should revisit that portrait of Steve Akeley again as well. It's not.
Oh yeah, it's hard to believe.
That's Stacey's.
Stacey, no shame, just has it in her living room. A portrait of me. Yeah, doesn't tell me or anything.
Lenny, it is a real day.
Is it like I don't know.
How you decide to recognize it is up to you. It is bullshit when the only time of the year that a significant other thinks they need to recognize their significant other is on just that day.
I'm looking up now. Valentine's Day, when was it created?
Let's see. I bet you it's an old one, right? Right.
It's way older than I thought. I was going to guess like 1940 something.
No, more older than that.
496 AD.
Four?
I mean, I'm not good at math. That's
46. I mean, I'd say that's a pretty old one in terms of holidays.
Yeah, right. But hey, Lenny says it's not fucking real.
He hates these newfangled holidays.
Right about everything.
Yeah, these New Age holidays he doesn't recognize.
When was it established? 496.
496.
That was like
GC.
Yeah, I think it's legit, Lenny. I think it's a real thing. It's not a Hallmark card holiday.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lenny, it's fake.
Well,
yeah,
I'm wrong sometimes.
Lenny ate his words on that one for sure.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna have to recognize it every year because he knows how fucking old it is.
Yeah. Lenny, do you get real romantic on is this a good day for Amy? Do you get her a bunch of stuff in that?
Well, he didn't. Now he will.
Sure don't. I'm kind of lucky, like in the sense that Amy also doesn't think it's real.
Okay. She'll listen to the show and she'll figure it out now. It's real.
She finds out how old it was, Lenny.
Yeah.
She believes Mother's Day is real, so I have to go all in on that one.
You got to go in all that, yeah.
But no,
because your kid's not old enough to shop or anything, so yeah, you gotta.
Day was invented, Lenny.
When was Mother's Day?
Oh, that's gonna be. That's probably 1940s.
Yeah, that was probably 1940s.
That's like a Hallmark one. That's
1907.
1907. There you go.
Oh,
That's still
1906.
Pretty modern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about Father's Day? So I'm sure Mother's got to be first, right?
Oh,
Fathers get screwed up. They're like 1978 or something.
Oh no, maybe not back then.
1974. 24.
Oh.
Okay.
No. Actually, that's not true. 1972.
1972. So it took 65 years to finally recognize. Yeah, we got Mother's Day going. What about Grandparents' Day? This you're talking about just a made up one.
No one Grandparents' Day is.
That's got to be within the last 20 years, right?
1979.
79. Okay.
I mean, that's like Bourbon Heritage Month.
Right.
So, Lenny, it sounds like you need to start appreciating Valentine's Day a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I do. I don't know.
I love when Lenny gets buzzed. Lenny had to go to a Christmas tree lot this year because Amy and Arlo wanted a Christmas tree. So Lenny, who hates everything about Christmas, had to go and buy a Christmas tree, even though he was protesting the whole time. He couldn't get out of it. Yeah,
Steve, I don't know if I told you, like, and whatever, but so I pull up and I let Amy and Arlo out, and I want as little to do with this as possible without looking like an asshole. So I let them out of the truck and I'm parking. And as I'm pulling up, I don't know why people do this. Like if they want to put parking blocks there so you drive up and your wheels hit the parking block, so be it. There are boulders and I'm driving a truck and my truck smashes into a boulder and my truck still barely has any scratches on, a couple years old. And immediately I'm like, fuck. I look next to me and this couple's getting out of the car and she looks at me and goes, yep, you hit it. And I just looked there. I was like, thanks, with her and her husband. And she goes, just a little love tap. I just gave her the dirtiest fucking look. I was like, bitch, I'm going to hunt you.
Yeah, that's what you get for going Christmas tree shopping.
Start being recognized, Lenny. Look that up.
Christmas.
Yeah,
do you
recognized?
So were you hunting for Christmas trees or were you
Fishing?
Were you treeing?
336 AD, so just before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, just barely.
So if there's two things you have to fucking recognize, Lenny, it's Valentine's Day and Christmas.
What about Halloween? When was Halloween
again? You bastard.
Yeah, Halloween. Yeah, Halloween's got to be another old one, but not as old though, but still pretty old, I bet.
Yeah, pretty old. Hanukkah's old.
Okay. How old's Hanukkah?
164 BC.
BC. Oh, now we're into the BCs. Okay. That's good.
Pretty old. That's what I'm saying. Not saying it's a great holiday, but what was the other one? Halloween.
Halloween. We wanted to see Halloween.
1895.
Woo, Halloween.
I bet you 1840. I bet you
1300s. I bet it was Germanic.
We'll see.
Yeah, not a lot of data on Halloween. I'm still looking.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween established. I don't even know where
very,
you're
very mysterious. 1840s.
18. Hey, I said 1840.
Yeah.
I'm right on. Yeah.
Yeah, right after they killed all the witches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, back to animals. Something I think about a lot because we do have snakes, but they never come in the distillery. They know better. But we do have deer that we've never had a deer walk in the distillery, but they've been in our grain trailer. They'll like walk right through our patio. And I always think like
you hammer them though, right?
Well, that's where I'm going with this. So like I've pet them. Like they'll let you pet them, but then I think sometimes like they've got a big, their antlers are huge. Their rack, it's like swords. So sometimes when I walk by, I'm like, move, like get, because how's this gonna go? And then I think, how would it go? Like, am I gonna win or not? I don't know.
I don't think you'd win. No,
I don't think you'd win.
I thought that you had a hammer there specifically meant for deer.
I mean,
yeah.
Dude,
Mullen jar to Thor.
Check out YouTube. They've got fights with deer on there. It never ends well for the people. I'll say that.
Slaughtering deer left and right.
Start a movie. Lenny Eckstein dances with deer.
Yeah.
Now I don't know that I'd fare well. I feel like I'd at least have a punctured lung, but I also would like to think like in the most glorious way. I would like get a little bit of a headlock on there, and the deer can't weigh that much more than me.
Yeah, just like you think you can beat up Todd Leopold, you think you can beat up a deer. So yeah, there you go.
I didn't say Todd.
You did. You said anyone, and Todd is a distiller. So by de facto, you've said you could beat up Todd Leopold.
I mean, I guess that's true.
I can't wait to get Lenny and Royce drunk in Key West and have them fight.
Yeah.
I think Todd used to play ice hockey, so he's not. I don't think it was recent.
It's not recent. Yeah, Todd's not.
He's not small.
No, he's a big guy for sure. You know who's terrified of snakes? We got to mess with him for this. We got to get some realistic looking snakes and hide them in the rack house for Adam Stumpf, because literally, if he's terrified of snakes, like they've had snakes in there before. He's had his guys chase them out, and then he just takes a gun and just annihilates them. Like at the end of Inglourious Bastards when they're Hitler. That's the way he shoots the snakes. Not just okay, he's dead. He's like
hunting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's hunting. So we need to set him up with some steaks in his rick house. So
Snakes in a rick house.
Yeah, snakes in a rick house.
Yeah, it's definitely the next big blockbuster film.
Starring Samuel L. Jackson.
Snakes in a rick house.
I
want these motherfucking snakes out of my motherfucking rick house.
Mm-hmm.
Produced by the ABV Network.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can do that. That would be pretty good, I think. So, yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson listens to the show, so we get an idea now.
So, Lenny, do you think you're going to reevaluate this after we've talked about Valentine's Day and how important
hunting or Valentine's Day?
No, Valentine's Day. Is it going to be a nice holiday for Amy now? Or you're gonna buy something nice?
I mean, I gotta say, like, I don't know. I'm for sure far from romantic, but I definitely don't make the mistake of only buying flowers on the holidays. I buy flowers pretty consistently.
Really?
Yeah,
Who knew Lenny was romantic? I had no idea.
I'm not saying it's that. I'm just saying I know how to not make those mistakes.
Lenny.
Look at Lenny. Yeah.
There won't be anything else purchased for. I don't know. I don't think I'll do anything for Valentine's Day, despite it's less than I thought it was Hallmark holiday. I was wrong, but I'm still not going to do anything.
Yes. What about Stacey with her photo of me there? And looking at her, she makes it where she sits. I stare at her too, if you notice.
Stacey looks like a picture as well.
That's a very determined look.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Stacey, what?
I've seen the same look after he's had like 5 or 6 glasses.
I've been there. Yeah.
Just there at the Eddie Russell
Stacey, what do you think of Valentine's Day? Are you a fan?
No, not really. I think it started when I was waiting tables, and I hated waiting tables on Valentine's Day.
Why? Did people not tip good, or?
Sometimes, but it's just busy, and they're rude on Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah, and they
expect better service,
and they aren't the best tippers, probably because they spend all their money on flowers and gifts and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But no, I'm just not a big Valentine's Day fan.
Where did you work? Where were you a waitress at?
There was a local restaurant here, Fiesta Bravo.
Okay.
And I worked at Chili's and On the Border.
Chili's and On the Border. And O'Charlie's. Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you what. I don't know how you could do it. I feel like carrying a tray of drinks, I would drop that at least half the time, it feels like. Were you able to do all that stuff, Stacey?
Most of the time.
Did you ever have something where you just dropped like a whole order of like food and drinks and everything?
One time I did drop a whole food at the table on the people, but I mean.
It just happens sometimes, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? Well,
no.
Were they mad or were they okay about it?
They were okay, but I didn't get a tip either. So,
okay. Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that happens. Have you ever chased anybody down when you didn't get a tip? Because you just didn't understand why. Sometimes like that, you could be like, well, they're not tipping me because I spilled food all over them. Did you ever think you gave good service and they just didn't tip? Because there are some a-holes who just don't tip, which is ridiculous. But did you ever catch one of those? And because I have a couple friends who lost their waiter jobs, deciding to chase people down and say, what was the deal? You didn't give me a tip. Kind of like on The Sopranos. That happened on there too.
I've never done that. No.
Did you ever work with anybody that did and then they got fired?
No,
okay.
But
must be a St. Louis thing. Then.
If I do see certain people out, 25 years later, I'm like, those people are cheap asses.
Right. So you never forget when they screw you over.
No,
like
because they're regular cheap asses.
Yeah. In all of your time waiting tables, did you ever get anybody semi-famous, like local famous, maybe like a big business person or local news reporter, anything like that?
Not me personally, but I lived in Nashville. So Reba came into O'Charlie's. She lived in the town where I live.
Reba, okay, that's big time. Yeah, she's A-lister. Was she a good tipper?
There too, but yeah.
Did Reba tip good?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, she comes into O'Charlie's for God's sakes. Where's Reba? Yeah, O'Charlie's. She liked the pie Tuesday when you get the free pie.
Yeah, I don't know. She came in. Free pie Wednesday.
Oh, it's Wednesday. I don't. My mom knows this. My mom likes to go to O'Charlie's for the free, whatever the free pie day is. She goes there on that day.
Kids eat free on Sundays, and Wednesdays free pie.
Wednesday's the free pie. Yeah. So if you want to see my mom, go to O'Charlie's on Wednesday. Then she'll be there.
All right.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It's Valentine's Day. So, how about that?
They all come out to eat on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you guys going out to eat tonight? Lenny, where are you going?
Tonight? I already ate.
You already ate?
Yeah. It's 7:00 my time. I eat pretty early. Actually, I took Arlo to Casa Sanchez. It's his favorite restaurant ever.
If today was Valentine's Day, Lenny.
Yeah, well, you're going to be in that mode. Yeah. Today is Valentine's Day, you jackass. We'll play along here.
Okay. Oh, that's right. My bad.
I go to Fortel's, and they have heart-shaped pizzas. That's what I get. Fortel's Pizza in St. Louis, heart-shaped.
Steve, you've been to Buena Vista. We have very few restaurants, but we do have one at the Surf Hotel.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So I would likely go there. It's the only restaurant I go to in town that I like, and I like it a lot. So.
Okay. That's where I'm staying when I'm coming to town. I booked my room there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm staying at the Surf Hotel. It's not as nice as you think, because Bo Cumberland will be in my room with me. So it suddenly goes from very nice hotel to be a Bo. So
you can have Bo stay in the Deer Hammer camper.
Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. So maybe that'll be part of the deal. And then I'll get a nice $300 room and just to myself. I can stretch out. It'll be good. Stacey, how about you? Where are you going to dinner tonight?
Nowhere fancy.
Nowhere fancy. Oh, Charlie's?
Not even that. I don't know. I don't know. See, when you're married to someone who can't do gluten, you get a lot of food restrictions. So
Right.
Sounds like not a hunter.
no.
Okay. Yeah, he paints a mean picture of me though. So yeah, well, we got to give him credit for that. All right, Beka and Royce, where are you guys going out to dinner tonight? KFC? That's a big restaurant in town there for you guys. I know.
859 Tap Room and Grill.
No, we're probably not doing that. Most likely, well, what might be happening is that we have an event tonight at the distillery.
Really?
Oh.
So what's the event? Is it one of those painting things?
I don't know if it's actually.
Oh,
we'll see. We'll see if it actually happens. But we're supposed to have dinner by the stills for Valentine's Day. But if we do this with Jeff Kaplan Catering, if it does happen, it needs to happen. If this happens, we're putting it out on social media very soon. Or it might not have happened at all. We don't really know yet. But
we did.
Our initial plan was
we did this the first 2 years we were open.
Yeah, our initial plan was to have Jeff Kaplan cater for us on this Monday.
Can he get a restaurant on?
But he's closed on Mondays.
Okay.
And so our plan a couple weeks ago, anyways, was to have 859 cater for us tonight for a Valentine's Day sweetheart thing at the distillery. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. It'll probably get talked about after this call.
Okay.
So we might be doing that tonight, or maybe I'm making some fucking steaks. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. There's your options. So, all right, there's our Valentine's Day plan. So thanks a lot, gang. And we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. We'll start with you, Mr. Royce.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Neely Family Distillery and at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
Lenny.
You find me and the rest of Deer Hammer on social media at Deer Hammer, on the web at DeerHammer.com. You can also order all of our stuff there, ship it direct to your door. You can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado, where I will now be celebrating Valentine's Day.
All right, Stacey.
I'm on Instagram at Stacey Share.
All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got the company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, classes, whatever we're doing, it's out there at abvnetwork.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps when people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right. Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, have a happy Valentine's Day. Take care, everybody. See ya.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least, at the top of the show, I mentioned investment opportunities at the new liquor store concept, the ABV Barrel Shop, being launched in 2022 by myself, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton. We are crowdfunding some of the capital needed to open the store. Not only does it offer a return on your investment, but a lifetime of status and benefits at the store. Of course, this investment is a loan and involves a high degree of risk, which may not be suitable for all persons. Prospective investors should carefully evaluate the risk and merits of an investment, should confer with their own legal and financial advisors, and should be able to bear the risk of the loss of their investment before considering the investment described herein. If you would like more information, contact us via the under construction website at abvbarrelshop.com and fill out the form.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.